Hello students, in this video lecture I am going to explain about the mirror. Mirror is a highly polished reflecting surface made up of glass which can turn light ray back in the same medium. If the polished surface is plane, it is called plane mirror, or if the polished surface is spherical, it is called a spherical mirror. Now I am going to explain about the plane mirror. So it is a highly polished plane surface made up of glass whose backside silvered and color coat is made to protect it. It can turn light ray back in the same medium when light incident on its surface. Now in the figure, that is the front part that will show the glass, middle part that will the silvered layer, and the back side that is a color coating. So when light ray incident on the plane surface, then it will reflect at the same angle, or here angle I is equal to angle R. So plane mirror is a highly polished plane surface made up of glass whose back side is silvered and color coat is made to protect it. It can turn light ray back in the same medium when light ray incident on its surface. Now I am going to explain about the characteristics of the image formed by the plane mirror. First characteristics, the image formed by a plane mirror is virtual, erect and same size of the object. Second, the image appears to form behind the mirror at same distance as object is placed in front of it. Third, plane mirror forms laterally inverted image of the object. It means that right side of the object appears to the left side of the image and vice versa. Now, lateral inversion. The sideways inversion of the image formed by a plane mirror, due to which right side of the object appears to the left side of the image and vice versa, is known as lateral inversion. So lateral inversion is the sideways inversion of the image formed by the plane mirror, due to which right side of the object appears to the left side of the image and vice versa. Now, some notes related to the plane mirror. First, if a plane mirror is rotated by an angle theta, then reflected ray will be rotated by 2 theta. Here, M is M is the original positions of the mirror, OA is the incident ray, and OB is the reflected ray, and ON is normal. Now, if the mirror is rotated by an angle theta or its position changes to M dash, then the normal will also tilted to the same angle by theta, and the OB dash, that will be the new reflected ray. Here angle AON dash, that is I plus theta, or N dash OB dash, that is also is equal to I plus theta. Here angle AON or NOB, that is I and R, or we know that I is equal to R, so we can write here N dash OB, that is equal to I minus theta. Now the angle BOB dash, that is equal to I plus theta minus I minus theta, then it will be equal to 2 theta. Here I to I will be cancelled, so theta plus theta, that is equal to 2 theta. So if a plane mirror is rotated by an angle theta, then reflected ray will be rotated by 2 theta. Second note, if an object moves towards or away from a mirror with a speed v, then the image of the object will move with a speed 2v with respect to the object. So the speed of the image with respect to the object will be 2v. Third, for viewing full image of height for viewing full image of height of a person, the size of the plane mirror should be equal to the half of the size half of the height of the person. So for full image, the height of the mirror should be equal to the half of the height of the person. For the focal length and radius of curvature of a plane mirror is infinity. Fifth, the magnification of a plane mirror is +1. Here 1 shows size of image is equal to the size of the object, and positive sign signifies that the image is virtual and erect. So 1 means size of image is equal to the size of the object. We know that the plane mirror forms the image of the same size as that of the object. So magnification is height of image by height of object. So 1 shows here that the size of image is equal to the size of the object, and positive sign shows that plane mirror forms virtual and erect image of the object. 6. If a plane mirror is thick, then the large number of images are formed, but the second image will be brightest because large portion of incident ray is reflected along GE, and corresponding second image will be brightest here. So in the figure, that is a uh, the large portion of the incident ray is refracted along GE, so the corresponding second image will be brightest. 7. If the two plane mirrors are inclined at an angle theta, the number of images will be formed due to multiple reflection. So the number of images is equal to n is equal to 360 by theta minus 1 when 360 by theta is even. If theta is equal to 60 degree, 360 by 60, that is equal to 6. Here 6 is even. So number of images is 6 minus 1, that is equal to 5. Or second, n is equal to 360 by theta when 360 by theta is odd. If theta is equal to 120, then 360 by 120, that is equal to 3. So n is equal to 3. Now when third case, when object is at symmetry, that is lies at angle bisector, and 360 by theta is odd, then n is equal to 360 by theta minus 1. So if object is placed at angle bisector, lies at angle bisector, or it is at symmetry, then 360 by theta minus 1, that will show the number of images if 360 by theta is odd. So if theta is equal to 72 degree and object is at symmetry, then here theta is 70 degree, 360 by 72, that is equal to 5, or n is equal to 5 minus 1 is equal to 4 when object is at symmetry. Now if an object, fourth condition D, if an object is placed between two plane mirrors, then infinite images are formed. Next 8 notes. If the mirror is moved away from the object through a distance x, then image will move through distance to x. So if here in figure O is the object, it is at distance D, plane mirror M, that is at distance D. If plane mirror M is shifted to distance x in right side, then the distance between the object and m dash, that is equal to d plus x. Now image position, that will be I dash, that is also equal to d plus x. Originally, initially, O is the object, this and for mirror M and distance is d, and for mirror M, I is the image that is at distance d also. So here, if object mirror is shifted to distance x, then the m distance between m dash and I, that will be equal to d minus x. Now here we have to calculate I dash. So distance through which the image will shift. So I dash is equal to d plus x minus d minus x. Here d to d will be cancelled. So that is equal to 2x. So if a mirror is moved away from the object through a distance x, then the image will move through distance 2x. Now I am going to discuss about the spherical mirror. So a spherical mirror is a part of a hollow sphere whose outer or inner surface is polished. So in figure, that will be the part whose outer surface is polished, that will be the concave mirror, and the part of the hollow sphere whose inner surface is polished, that is a convex mirror. So now I am going to discuss about the convex mirror. So a mirror whose outer surface is polished or middle part bent in is known as concave mirror or converging mirror. Concave mirror is also called converging mirror because light rays coming parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it will meet at a point on the principal axis. That point is called the focus. So it will converge at a point on the principal axis. So that is the converging mirror, or the point where the parallel rays after reflection that will meet. That point will call focus. And the point uh, B is joined to the point C, where C is the radius of curvature, that will act like the normal. So line joining from center of curvature to the reflect to a point on the reflecting surface of the mirror, that will act like the normal. So here BC will act like the normal, and angle ABC, that is angle of incidence I, because BC is the normal here, and CBF, that is R, that is angle of refraction. So the distance between pole to the uh, focus, that is the focal length, and distance between pole to the center of curvature, that is the radius of curvature. So center of curvature is the center of the hollow sphere of which mirror was taken. So here F is the focus and C is the center of curvature. So concave mirror is a spherical mirror whose outer surface is polished and middle part bent in. Second, that is a convex mirror. So a spherical mirror whose inner surface is polished and middle part bulged out is known as convex mirror or diverging mirror, because in this case the rays coming parallel to the principal axis, after reflections it will seems to come from a point on the principal axis. That point is called focus. So uh, here AB is the incident ray and BD is the reflected ray. Extend it in the backward directions. Here the F, that will meet at the point F, that is the focus. And now join B to C, that will act like the normal and extend in the backward direction. That will be the N. Here BN will act like the normal. So here angle ABN, that is I, or NBD, that is R. So in case of the convex mirror, focal length and radius of curvature are positive because all distances are taken from the poles. Distances left to the pole, that is the negative, and right to the pole, that is the positive. So distance between pole to focus, that is the focal length. Distance between pole to the center of curvature, that will be the radius of curvature. So in case of convex mirror, F and R, that negative, and in case of convex mirror, F and R are positive. Now I am going to differentiate between concave mirror and convex mirror. So concave mirror, its outer surface is polished and middle part bent in. But in case of convex mirror, its inner surface is polished and middle part bulged out. Second, convex mirror forms both real and virtual image, but concave mirror forms both real and virtual image, but convex mirror always forms virtual image. Uh, Third, concave mirror converges paraxial rays at its focus, and convex mirror that diverges paraxial rays and appears to meet at focus. Fourth, concave mirror is used as saving mirror and as reflector in car headlights, searchlight, etc. It is also used by doctors to examine ear, nose, throat, etc. Now, fourth, convex mirror. So, convex mirror are used as a rear view mirror in automobile because it has large field of view and forms virtual, erect and diminished image of the object. Now one note, focal length of a spherical mirror doesn't change when it is immersed in water or any liquid because it only depends on radius of curvature of the mirror, not on the nature of the medium. So focal length of a spherical mirror only depends on the radius of curvature of the mirror, not on the nature of the medium. Now I am going to discuss about uh, terms related to spherical mirrors or important definitions. First, pole. The middle point of a spherical mirror through which principal axis passes is called pole of the mirror. It is denoted by a small p. Second, principal focus. It is a point on the principal axis where paraxial rays after reflection converges or appears to diverge. It is denoted by F. Third, principal axis, an imaginary line passing through the center of curvature and the pole of the mirror is called principal axis. Here x dash is the principal axis. Now focal length, it is the distance between the pole and the focus of a mirror. It is denoted by a small f. The focal length of a concave mirror is taken as negative and the focal length of convex mirror is taken as positive. Fifth, radius of curvature. It is the distance between the pole and the center of curvature of a spherical mirror. Radius of curvature is the distance between the pole and the center of curvature of a spherical mirror. It is denoted by R. It is equal to twice of focal length. So R is equal to 2F. Or for concave mirror, radius of curvature is taken as negative, and for convex mirror, radius of curvature is taken as positive. Now, six, aperture of the mirror. First, linear aperture. It is the diameter of the reflecting surface of a spherical mirror. It is that portion of the mirror where reflection of light actually take place. Here M dash is linear aperture. Now angular aperture. The angle subtended by the reflecting surface of a spherical mirror at its center is known as angular aperture. Here MOM dash, that is the angular aperture. MOM dash, that is angular aperture. Now focal plane. If the paraxial beam of light incident on the reflecting surface of the mirror, then the reflected rays would converge or appears to diverge at a point in the plane through F normal to the principal axis. This is called the focal plane of the mirror. Now, ray diagrams for a spherical mirror. First, ray diagrams for a spherical mirror, these are the rule that will be used for image formation by the spherical mirrors or concave or convex mirror. So first rule, first is when the light rays coming parallel to the principal axis, then after reflection it will pass through the focus. So first a ray parallel to the principal axis after reflection will pass through the principal focus in case of the concave mirror. Second, when rays light ray passing through the focus, then after reflection it will emerge parallel to the principal axis. So first case, light rays coming parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it will pass through the focus. Second rays passing through the focus, then after reflection it will emerge parallel to the principal axis. Third, when rays passing through the center of curvature, then it will retrace or returns on the same path through the center of the curvature. So when the ray passing through the center of curvature, after reflection reflected back along the same path or through the center, because any rays passing through the center of curvature, it will incident normally on the reflecting surface and returns back on the same path. And fourth, when a ray is incident at an angle I at the pole, then it will reflect at the same angle. Now for a convex mirror, when rays coming parallel to the principal axis after reflection appears to diverge from the principal focus. Second, when ray is passing through the principal focus. Second case, when a ray is directed, yes, when a ray is directed towards the focus, then the after reflection it will reflect parallel to the principal axis. Third, when a ray is directed toward the center of curvature, then it will returns on the same path. Fourth, when ray is incident at the pole, then it will reflect at the same angle. So there are four cases for concave mirror and four cases for convex mirror. Now image formation by concave mirrors. So here we will discuss about the different cases. First of all, positions of the object, positions of the image, size of image, nature of the image. Now first is when object is at infinity, the image will form at the focus. It will be highly diminished, point side, real and inverted. Second, when object is placed beyond C, the image will form between C and F. The its C and F, it will be point sized and real and inverted. When object is at C, image will also form at C. That is the size of image is equal to the size of the object. The nature is real and inverted. When object is between C and F, image will form beyond C. The size is enlarged and nature is real and inverted. When object is placed at focus F, image will form at infinity. Size is highly enlarged. Nature is real and inverted. When object is placed between P and F, image will appear to form behind the mirror. It is enlarged. Nature is virtual and erect. Now there are two cases for convex mirror. First is when object is placed at infinity, image will appears to form at focus. The size is highly diminished. Nature is virtual and erect. And second, when object is placed between infinity and the pole of the mirror, then the image will appears to form between pole and the focus. It is diminished and nature is virtual and erect. Thank you. In next video we will discuss more topic. बोलो, देखते बेटा अथी हुआ, देखो तो अभी इसको बंद किए हैं, आप तो बोले क्लास ना है जी, वो बढ़ रहा है,
फिर बर्बाद कर दिए हैं।